All right. So Perry, I think this is the one I want to work on next here. Mr. Chunkman. That is one of my many names. Okay. I think the best way to do this kind of work with the outline here. But let's get started. All right, this one should be hypothetically a little faster because there was some air at the top. Wonder if we'll get any cave at all or not. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Just want this cold to come out already. Your throat's been flaring up 2 days. That's really annoying. I've always hated that feeling, like right before I have a cold, my throat is doing that thing, signaling you're about to be sick. The fact that it's happening for 2 days though, that really sucks. I don't know if I've ever had it actually be like more than a day before I just get sick. It also could just be the case that you might just get it really mild. So, I don't know. I'm no doctor. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. Should be good now. It's possible. Yeah, I see that on my end too. I mean, it's still playing the songs in order, but yeah, that's weird. Here, I might just restart it, and then it'll probably just say for the next few songs that... Oh, wait. No. Why is... I'm very confused. I don't know if that's gonna fix it. What if I refresh it? Am I able to do that? That did not work. Now I'm extra confused. Okay, well, I guess it's just gonna be broken today. Whatever. I don't have the time or patience to fix that right now. I don't know, try requesting something else and see if it's still even working at all. If it's still being weird after this song, I'll like restart the actual application and see if that works. Yeah. Like on my end, I see all your requests in the queue. Although weirdly, the song that's playing right now isn't showing in the queue for me, so that's even weirder. Let me see if it's... No, because on Spotify itself, it's not doing that. Here, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna just restart it. Maybe that'll work. We'll see after this song. Oh, let me actually put this over here as well. Okay, there we go. I'm still considering at some point possibly switching away to YouTube Music if I can for the requests. I haven't messed with the bot at all to see if it actually can work that way, but I saw it as an option in the application. I just don't know if it's like literally just any YouTube video or if it has to be on music specifically. Or how that even would work anyway. Just because Spotify bad and also YouTube has way more of the songs I actually want to listen to. A lot of my music taste and things I enjoy literally are not available on Spotify. If you recognize the music in the video at all, it can be played through YouTube Music. Yeah, I don't know. If people abuse it, I'll probably just have them unable to request songs. I think I can ban specific users from being able to request music without banning them from Twitch chat outright. I'll have to mess with it more though. Alright, but yeah, let me know if the metadata on stream actually changes or not. Because I can't really see from how I got everything positioned. It doesn't even look like it's saying anything in chat at all, though. That's even stranger. Oh, you know what? I think because I restarted the application, now it doesn't even remember people requesting. But it's weird that it didn't say that, like, it's just playing from the playlist or just, like, playing in general. So now I'm, like, extra confused. Whatever. I mean, it's still playing songs, so, like, that's the most important part. There's only one other thing I could think of as to why that would be happening, but I don't know if this is actually the case. No, okay. I have no idea why it's doing that then. I thought perhaps I wasn't signed in. Yo, what's up, Pixel? How you doing? 4 whole chunks! Can you believe it? I mean, I didn't do that all today, but I've been doing 1 chunk a day since I've come back. It just so happens that 1 chunk is actually, like, the perfect amount of time for me to do a late night stream. Because it takes about an hour and 40 minutes to do a pretty dense chunk. Just 3 years left. Yeah, I think we looked this up yesterday. It's like August 8th, 2025 or something stupid. Or sorry, 2028. Just an absolutely ridiculous length of time. But I do plan on doing more than 1 a day on my off days from work. All right. Class of 2028. You're a little baby. You're in college. Well, to be fair, if you're in certain group chats, being 40 is still considered young. Shout out to the young Republicans. I don't know if you heard the news story. No, 40 is not young. 40 is not young enough where you don't know what you're saying, more specifically. You know what you're saying at 40. You don't have an excuse. I'm 26. I'm at the point now where if I say something really stupid, I kind of have to just own it, you know? I can't hide behind being, oh, I'm just a child. He's just a little boy. He didn't know he can't be racist Nazi at 40. Tender age of 40. Legit. 40! And also, if it's true, your brain develops like by 25, then you definitely don't have an excuse at 40. Let me make sure this is right. It is. Cool. They say it ends at 25 because that's where the study just stops. Oh. I mean, truthfully, I don't know if I believed that to begin with. That's just what I've heard over the years. I feel like, to me, that doesn't really make sense. I don't know for certain, but I feel like I've seen people who are beyond the age of 25 who still mature and become better. But maybe I'm wrong. But who knows? Maybe that's unrelated to brain growth anyway, or brain development. People are like a fine wine. The longer you keep them in a barrel, the more experienced they are. Pixel, have you just admitted a crime? Have you admitted to a crime in chat? That is not a crime. Keeping people in a barrel, that's not a crime. It was consensual. Okay. I don't know who would consent to being put into a barrel, but... But yeah, anyways, I wouldn't say 40 is like old, you know, but you're definitely not young anymore when you're 40. You know? I mean, shoot, I'm only 26 and I already feel like I'm not really young anymore. Ikakoinu, what is up? I think the bot is just being really dumb tonight. I'm not sure why it's not actually telling you guys what the song actually is, but it doesn't matter. As long as it's working, playing music. But yeah, not much. Just same deal. Finished work. And then now I'm here digging blocks. Another day, another chunk. Exactly. Why would Al Gore send you this song? He's too old to be listening to this. Your besties, I didn't know you were chill with Al Gore like that. Diamond time. Let me put these away. Look at all these diamonds. Alright, how many are we gonna get from seemingly 8? Place your bets now. Right, 18. That's not the best, but that's fine. This is gonna calm me down during this Valorant match. Imagine playing Valorant. Disgusting. Imagine CS but for E-daters. I feel like I've seen more, like, clips of people in voice chats that are tangentially related to Valorant rather than Valorant gameplay itself. Just 1 week until you're in Canada, no longer Needator. Let's go. Hopefully you make it out safe. I'm really happy to hear that, though. Soon you will be united. You should just overstay your visa and just hide in the basement. Or in a barrel, like you were talking about earlier. True love does exist. It's crazy. You're not gonna overstay your visa, plan on moving there. Right, that makes sense. It's okay. You will find the man or woman for you soon, I believe. It's okay if you get the furry too, girl. I'm sure. Okay. Well, good thing I don't know anyone who fits that description. That is true, though. More of a cat rather than a furry, but low key, a little bit more furry than I expected. That's okay, though. Looking for the femme GF who wants to live in a cottage. They say G? G. Furry T-boy. Femme GIF. True. Wait, is it GIF or GIF, guys? Most important question ever. Buff Daddy Cowboy? I'm sure some people like that. I just think it's very interesting the way the majority of people say it is not apparently how the creator of the format says it, from what I heard. Much to think about. Is it weird that I feel very conflicted about furries in general? Kind of going back to that. I'm very much a let people enjoy what they want kind of thing, but I also feel like some parts of that can be taken too far. Or just make me feel really weird seeing. I don't know, when it just starts getting into like fetish territory, that's where I just get like just I'm not happy when I see that. What's the topic? Furries, yeah. I mean, generally though, most people who've identified as a furry that I know personally are all very like normal, chill people. But I do and have seen very weird things about furries before that can definitely make me feel weird about it. And it's not like I have a personal thing against it, but I feel like some of the weird stuff about it just really bothers me. Used to label yourself a furry, but you wouldn't say anymore, just like some of the artwork here and there. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly kind of how I am. I am definitely not a furry, but I also am not like completely against literally anything related to that. I'm pretty neutral on it, I would say. You commission an artist and they immediately quit art after they drew your comic. Dang, what kind of sick drawing did you make them have to draw for them to quit? What did you do? You probably showed me, but I don't remember what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I like look at that image, I'm very neutral about it. I think just like it was the artist's choice, sure, buddy, sure. But yeah, I don't know. Like furry stuff in general, I'm just kind of like whatever. Not really my cup of tea. But like I get it. Like I mean, my girlfriend is definitely a lot more into that kind of thing than I am, and that's not like a deal breaker. You know, it's just like and she's not like weird or obsessive about it as far as I'm aware. It's just one of those things like she just casually enjoys like it was cute art and whatnot. Well, that and also meowing every day, but that's Goink pronounced with a J. Nah, okay, no. We're going way too far. I ain't saying that. No, she did not. I don't believe you. She is at work right now. I disagree. I feel like saying her name with a J, it literally sounds like a slur. Like I'm saying it in my head and it feels like it would actually be like ban worthy for me to say out loud. Okay, she has never told me this. I don't believe this is canon. I am going to confront her about this. This is upsetting. This might be the deal breaker. She just decided. Also, wait, hold on. I gotta reread the smoking a joint is really good. This is gonna be a domestic argument. This will be the domestic argument of all time. Oh boy, what is this? Okay, I actually do remember that. By the way, I did actually say that. That was my exact response. Why do you hate me and want me dead? Unrelated to anything, but you guys ever just suffer from having the driest nose ever, or is it just me? Honestly, I feel like I really should be dealing with it. I think it's been a problem for a while now. I didn't have this problem when I lived in Michigan. It's only when I moved up to the stupid desert where I've had this issue. No moisture. It's literally no water out here, man. It's arid. Like honestly, the 90-degree days out here aren't even that bad because there's no moisture. If you ever set foot in Utah, you will spontaneously combust. Yeah, don't ever come to Utah. Don't do it. You'll just be Mormon. I mean, being Mormon and spontaneously combusting are basically the same thing. It has the same effect. What's worse, Scientology or Mormonism? I definitely think Scientology. Oh, air pocket. It's actually the first, like, real air pocket we've gotten that's underground. No, yeah, like, Scientology is definitely worse. Mormons are basically just really weird Christians. Most Christians in the US at this point are really weird Christians. Certainly the quote unquote Christians in our government. I mean, I can't even consider what these people practicing to be Christianity from how I understand it. And it's certainly, they're certainly not being Christ-like. That's absolutely certain. Just at a funeral recently, and the preacher talked about non-believers not going to heaven. You're just sitting there straight face. You know, my I shouldn't say too much, but I've had people in my life tell me the same exact thing within my family's religion. And I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to heaven. Right next to your dead Graham. Yeah. Yeah. Like, why? Why say stuff like that? You're free to believe that, but saying it out loud is just so weird and messed up. And really, like, that's the kind of thing, like, you should be punished for. Jewish Christian, most of the family is, but you're not, so you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I mean, how does it feel? Okay, same exact thing in my situation. I'm not religious. My family is very religious. And it's like, how can you just sit there and tell me that because I don't believe the religion that I don't deserve to be happy after I die if such a thing exists? Because I was a non-believer, I deserve to be punished for the entirety of the rest of time and forever. It's like, okay, even if that's exactly what happens, it's still messed up for you to say. And also, if that's actually what happens, then, like, okay. Like, yeah, exactly. All loving and all knowing. He sure loves me. You will be sent to the pits of hell where you will suffer for eternity. Burn. You will be poked with hot, fiery sticks and you will burn forever. But he loves you. God loves you. And, you know, not to even say that I'm atheist, I would consider myself more agnostic than anything. Like, I don't pretend to, like, I don't pretend to know what the right answer is. But it's like, it's just chill. You don't need to tell me that I'm going to be sent to hell because I don't believe exactly what you believe. Especially when it doesn't concern you or affect you. Or if it does affect you, you're choosing it to affect you. You're being bothered by something that I literally don't think about very much. Oh well. I'm not gonna... I shouldn't rant about that too much. I could just spew words for hours on my thoughts on religion. Especially when I don't have that kind of time tonight. Mom is worried deep down for your soul. She says you don't have to believe in God, but believe Jesus is the Son of God. That makes no sense. And yeah, having a computer where I can mine chunks for the rest of eternity would be really chill. I'm sorry, with dot oomph? What does that mean? what is what does that mean? I'm too old for this. Eternity being happy and able to do anything actually sounds uncomfortable. I do think the prospect of living for eternity is just as scary as not existing after you die for eternity. Any kind of infinity is equally scary, in my opinion. That is too much lore you don't want to go into. Is defining the word too much lore? Got bigger problems. See, I can't worry about infinity right now when I got rent due at the end of the month. Oh, sure. Actually, I need to pay rent soon. I completely forgot about that. I got rent to pay. I can't think about infinity right now. Is it like adopting a friend as a family member?
Thank you.
Thank you to follow. God, another image. What is this? Okay, but wife and I were like, what if we just adopted one of our friends to start treating it as our kid? I didn't want to assume it was something like that, but I think I understand. And also on that image, honestly, could you imagine how much progress I could get if I had 100 years of perfect health, perfect mind, no need to sleep, eat, or do anything except mine chunks? Imagine the progress. Eternal Afterlife being computer games would not be the worst outcome. That's for certain. At least not for a guy like me. But I do think the idea of eternity is inherently wacky and terrifying. I mean, I was actually watching a video on my lunch break today about the universe and the theories on how possibly the universe is shaped, and also the possibility of the universe, whether it's actually infinite or not. And the idea of the infinite universe just basically being like, well, if the universe is infinite, it also has to be like, there has to be infinite copies of you and infinite variations and infinite similarities. And it's just, to me, it's one of those things that I love thinking about, but it also is really hard to think about. It's really sad how massive our universe is. Not because it being massive is an issue, but just the fact that we can't traverse it easily at all, despite it being so interesting, is a little sad. Like, in one human lifetime, you can't really explore anything. At least not with current technology, of course. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by reality shifting. I don't know if I've heard this term. Younger people do it, but they like to shift to fantasy worlds like Hogwarts or anime. They believe I have never heard of this, and I also don't think that's possible. Or at least not in the way of, like, you actually live in that world. Physically, you definitely aren't. I guess mentally is different, but, like, I still don't know how real that is. Sounds like intense maladaptive daydreaming. Yeah, I mean, daydreaming is probably the way I can understand it. That's a helpful way for me to think about it. I personally, okay, you know what? I think when I was, like, really young, I would actually do this kind of thing, where I would, like, not just daydream, but imagine, like, a completely different world for myself. But I only did this for a very short time in my life before I'm like, this is kind of just weird. But I do remember doing something like that when I was, like, really young. Maybe not the same exact thing, but something relatively similar. I think reality shifting is probably more helpful for people who are, like, probably suffering more mentally than the average person. I cannot remember my dreams, except if they're insanely traumatic. Either traumatic or just really stupid. Like, I wake up and I'm just annoyed. Have I ever told you guys about my BTMC birthday party dream? It's a very short one, but it's so stupid. I just remember, like, my dream went as follow. I appeared at BTMC's door, his home. He welcomed me in for his birthday party. I was the first one to arrive. And I'm like, hey, you know, man, I know we've known each other for a long time, but can you just remind me when your birthday is again? And he's like, oh, dude, you don't remember? It's on 7/27. And then I just literally, like, I think a noise woke me up right when he said that. And I literally woke up and I groaned. Like, the first thing that came out of my mouth was like, ugh, seriously? Like, that's the only type of dream I ever remember. Either that or dreams where I get killed. It was the stupidest dream ever. It's like, yeah, of course BTMC's birthday's on 7/27 in my dreams. Like, of course. You can only remember this one dream where you're chased by Legos with cleaning products. One where hummus was portals to alternate dimensions. Why do you guys get dreams that sound insane? Literally all the dreams I get are just realistic scenarios, or just literally like, oh, I am about to be killed, or a tornado is about to throw me 5 million feet into the air. I don't get dreams where I get chased by cleaning products. I don't think I've ever had a dream as nonsensical as anything like that. You were on Adderall? Oh. Maybe that's why I don't get psychotic dreams, because I don't do any drugs or have any medicine, even. You wish you didn't dream? You basically do every night. I'm pretty sure everyone dreams every night. You're probably just unfortunate enough to remember most of them, or be an active participant in them. But yeah, I pretty much never remember my dreams unless they're insanely traumatic, unfortunately. I wish I could remember the goofy... Well, I mean, aside from the BTMC one, I wish I could remember more interesting or goofy ones. Also, being chased by the Progressive Insurance Box mascot, that sounds unbelievably horrifying. Worse than any horror movie ever created. Antidepressants and mood stabilizers. I feel like I could have used some of that stuff when I was a little younger. Look at you guys taking drugs. Meanwhile, I'm just... I'm just stone cold sober, aside from my zero sugar sodas that I have. And the occasional coffee. I should start doing all the drugs. That would be a good idea. Imagine mining chunks, but like really high on mushrooms. Oh, hey, it's this song. I forgot this was in the playlist. Nah, for real, it's not a good idea for me to be... It's not a good idea for me to actually be on drugs. I mean, I just have a very addictive personality. Guy who's spent 700 hours mining blocks in one world so far. Oh, isn't there like a very old map of this song? Like 2009, 2010? A Bifar, that's like an Ursu mapper. I get it. I understand this reference. Am I remembering, is it V2B maps that perhaps? Or am I thinking of someone else? Or maybe that's just a guest diff. I don't remember. I'm right. I'm actually shocked that I can remember that. It's not even a maps that I've played that much. This video, best score in the game. DTFC on this is pretty impressive. Wow, that was 370 PP. That's very underrated. I mean, shoot, even a 99% hidden DT is still barely 500 today. That's hilariously sad. That map's hard. Also, what's up, Muffan? How you doing? You're all right? All right. Get a little XP out of that. The beacons are uncovered. Well, one is. We have mined 4 whole chunks to completion. I've actually not really decided yet. I'm still counting them as fully mined chunks despite the beacon staying there. Just because, like, I actually still need the beacon. But yeah, I think maybe once I don't need them anymore, I could just remove them as I go. Although it could be kind of fun removing all the beacons at the very end. That would be kind of funny. Feel free to use the stream like a background noise or like second monitor content, however you want to do it. It would not be uncommon for people to do. Yeah, exactly. It's not that many beacons. Although it does take like 2 minutes to mine an entire beacon. If I remember correctly. But I mean, it still wouldn't be that long in the grand scheme of the whole project. And plus, it could be kind of fun. It would be funny spending an entire hour mining up the beacons. You like chatting? Well, you just gotta do it all. Play your game, listen to the stream, and chat. Just gotta be the best multitasker ever. Might be nice having full empty screenshots at 100 chunks, etc. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how often I want to update, like, take a picture of the area. I was thinking like once a week or something. I could either do it by like time or I could do it by number of chunks. But I mean, considering most days I'm only going to be able to mine one a day, it would take quite a while to reach even just the first 100 chunks. Let me sleep. At one a day, we've got a long way to go. I mean, I'm gonna try to obviously do more than one a day, especially on my off days, but I just realistically don't have time to do more than one a day on work days. That's just the reality of it. At least at my current job. Wow, you're telling me your music taste has changed? Crazy. Also, wait, when is GTA 6 supposed to come out now? Gay Girl Fall. And that is approximately most of the people in chat. May 26th. Wow, that is very close to my birthday. I should celebrate my birthday by playing GTA 6 instead of chunk mining. Surely it won't get delayed at 400 time. Look, you can't rush perfection. You can't rush a game that will probably cost $100 on release. I don't know if that's actually true, but I've heard that they're thinking about $100 price tag for the game. Console exclusive for a year? What? Alright, dead game. I mean, not like I care or was gonna play anyway, but okay. First game to cost more than the console it releases on. Hyperbole, but it's really a lot closer than it should be. Unbelievable. Look. I have no problem with them wanting to charge more for a game they've spent many, many years working on. But I also feel like $100 for a video game is not worth it. Unless you really, really like it. But I feel like the average person will not be playing GTA 6 enough for it to be worth $100. But maybe I'm wrong. It's not even going to be good for years until community server and modding support catches up. Yeah, I mean, definitely not going to be any easier considering they have no PC release planned, apparently. Or at least not for a full year, which is... That doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like that's just not a good decision. I feel like that's not even a good decision money-wise. Like, wouldn't PC be a very large, lucrative market for this game? Pay a ton of money to get exclusives. Is it worth it? I mean, I feel like console gaming in current year feels a lot less relevant. But maybe I just don't. I mean, I truthfully don't keep up with consoles. But I feel like it's just not worth to do that. Yeah, it's like... It's the fact that it's literally one of, if not the most anticipated game of our lifetime. And it's gonna be gatekept by consoles. I think there's a huge market of casual gamers entirely disconnected from us. I don't doubt that. But yeah, that's also what I was saying earlier. Like, I feel like... I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like $100 for a game is just... That's asking too much. I mean, weren't people just up in arms about Nintendo charging $80 for a game? I mean, I don't really have any skin in the game in this regard. I don't play console games, but... Nintendo's little kitty game, so it's illegal for them to charge $80. However, manly piece... God, are people still stereotyping in that regard in current year? Where, like, Nintendo is for children, and then PS5 and Xbox is for the grown-ups. Do people really still do this? Straights love Call of Duty. True. Call of Duty might be the straightest game of all time. We're also old now. There's millions of people younger than us still on that stage. God. Realistically, it's probably tens of millions. Your wife likes COD, Black Ops 1 and 2. Sorry, those are retro games, buddy. We're talking about modern gaming here. You know what's really messed up to think about? I feel like we've reached the point now where AVGN videos talking about retro games are easily just as retro as the games were back then to him. Think about this. Wife just sent you Deltarune Yuri. Okay. The Wii is a retro console. I mean, it is at this point. Technically it's not on retro achievements, so it's not retro. I have never heard of retro achievements, so your point is invalid, actually. If I've never heard of it, it's not real. Alright, we're also on the final 10 layers here. Also, I feel like weren't middle schoolers literally always doing that? I feel like I definitely, even in my day, middle schoolers were definitely saying that about everything. Okay, but where on the straight gay spectrum is Minecraft? This is the real question. Remember the traps are gay discourse in middle school? Why are middle schoolers talking about that? Hypixel Skyblock is incredibly straight. Hypixel in general is straight. I agree with that sentiment. You know, I did stop playing Hypixel pretty soon after I learned more about myself. Coincidence? 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 Chunk mining is for the autistics. Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, just look at me and listen to me. Okay, you know what upset me a little bit, but I completely understood? I just straight up asked one of my coworkers, do I mask my autism well? And he just looked at me like, dude, we know. We knew as soon as we saw you. It's like, okay, I understand. I understand. It was very obvious, but dang. I thought I was a little better at masking it. Asking that is awesome. Asking that is probably a dead giveaway that I have something up. It's true though, I did ask this. I think the reason I even asked this is because we were talking about like the stupid stuff where like they're saying Tylenol causes autism or whatnot. And I'm just like, well, that explains a lot. You had a friend fully earnestly say they wish they had a script they could use for every social situation. I feel that there's a lot of times where I'm like, okay, I need to say something, but I don't know how to say it, so I'm gonna say it like 50 times in my head until I fully understand how and when I'm gonna say this thing. And then I'll mess it up. I mean, I do think... Okay. I know you guys will be like... I'll say this. My autism, like my outward autism tendencies definitely are a lot better than they used to be. I do think, despite being clocked immediately, that I genuinely do think I don't present as autistic as I did when I was a teenager. I think all the sticks just fully clock neurodivergent people immediately. I mean, to be fair, the person I did ask also is definitely neurodivergent to a degree, so... I think I'm not good at clocking people because I don't think about that. I usually just treat everyone as is. If all your friends have ADHD, you probably do too. No need to mask. That's a quick way to burn out, get chronically ill. I mean... When I mean mask, I don't mean literally pretend I don't have autism. I just mean more like try not to be super obvious about it kind of way. Like just kind of be normal when I need to be. I don't mask when it comes to like my actual interests if they come up at work. I'm like, "Oh, Minecraft. I love that game." Or when it comes to like political conversations that happen in my workplace, I'm just like, ooh, I can jump in and actually be useful to the conversation. And then they move on to like sports or music or just anything else. And I'm like, well, I'm going to be silent now. My interests are not here anymore. I don't care. Masking so a customer doesn't talk to the manager about me. Yeah, I mean, I do have to mask in very specific scenarios like that, where I have to like pretend to be a normal person. I don't pretend to like be a happy person, but I do pretend to like be like helpful and like, or no, not pretend, but like, you know, I mask myself to be more presentable to a customer. But I definitely am not normally that way. Where, like, my natural state is like, oh, I will be customer service oriented. My brain doesn't really work like that. Not to say I hate customers, I'm just not, I just can't, like, my brain doesn't really work that way. You don't make them listen to Pure Ruby 10,000 times. I'm the only person at my work that doesn't play my music out loud for everyone else to hear. Mainly because when I'm at work, I'm not listening to music. I'm listening to history podcasts and daily news. Because I'm very normal. And I love my daily dose of anxiety and dread from the news. Small talk? Oh, I can't do small talk. Dude, every time someone tries to make small talk with me at work, I literally just, okay, this is probably one of the more autistic things I do. I literally do not engage in small talk. And I think people at my work either get upset by it or just don't understand why I do this. But like, just people will try to talk to me and all I'll do is just like nod my head. But I won't really say anything unless I'm like actually asked something. And I'm just like, I just can't do it. I can't just like talk to people. Especially when it's like I'm just trying to focus on my work and all I'm doing is passing by you. And I'm like, I just can't, I can't do it. Yeah, food service is definitely... Food service is definitely where I've heard and seen the most absurd things in my life. I mean, food service is the only time in my life where someone told me to go back to my country, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, where do you think I'm from, buddy? It's so funny when people just get so upset about food, they start resorting to, like, saying just, like, either slurs or just bad things or just try to be petty. It's like, dude, calm down. We'll try to help you and get you food so you can shut up. It's like, we're from the same city. I was born in the same city as you. Calm down. I'll get you your stupid donut. All that over a donut. Legit! It was over a donut! It was like 5 in the morning, and this guy was saying stuff like this. Man, this guy is not bending to my will for a burger. I'm gonna call him slurs. Yeah, I mean, truthfully. Don't talk to me until I've had my donut. Yeah, I guess people like that legitimately exist. Alright, not to, Your name is what? Okay, no, but not to completely distract from the conversation, but guys, this is gonna be most likely our fastest chunk so far. I think there's a pretty good chance this will be the fastest one so far. All the chunks so far have been an hour and 40 plus minutes, so if we can squeeze under an hour and 40, then it will absolutely be the fastest one so far. Oh, okay, yeah, we're easily gonna beat that. Yeah, we're timing. I'm keeping track of all the timings. I'm also keeping track of how many blocks mined per chunk as well. Oh wait, stupid question. Do a lot of cops come for donuts? I think I would see at least one cop a day when I worked at the bakery. What was the relationship between Julius Caesar and Augustus again? Julius Caesar adopted Augustus, and Augustus, in his time, was known as Gaius Julius Caesar, which was also the name of Gaius Julius Caesar, aka Julius Caesar. And then Augustus became the he became the first emperor of Rome after the Republic fell. And he became Octavian. He became Octavian and then became the emperor. Sorry, I was showing my autism again. My bad. Also, yeah, it was pretty gay, but so was everything in the Roman Empire. Why did you ask me that question? Also, welcome home. There's too many alpha males poisoning the Roman Empire discourse. True. Because when you came on, you mentioned a history podcast. Oh yeah, okay, fair. I need to learn more about the Roman Empire, like the actual empire itself, not the Roman Republic. You like to imagine going breadcrumb feeds you questions like these to bait info dumps. It's definitely happened before where I just she says something and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna speak for 10 minutes now. It definitely has happened many times. I love mansplaining. Also, beautiful! An hour and 34 minutes. I don't remember how to stop the timer. Beautiful! Oh, but I'm neurotypical? I don't believe I'm neurotypical. It's over. That's actually funny because we do have the white noise machine. Man, I wish I was white because then me yapping would actually be white noise. Anyways. Also, hey honk. Also, bye honk. Guys, guys. I'm not autistic. Come on. You guys wouldn't. Guys, does this look like autism to you? I think this is very normal. I think this is very normal behavior. This is very normal. This is neurotypical, as the kids say, to do this. I'm just a normal guy. I'm just a dude. This completion is literally in the diagnostic criteria. Guys, I'm just a very neurotypical, just normal guy. There's nothing wrong with me. Apparently this is what you look like yapping. Okay, I'm a little, I have a little less hair than that, but yeah, that's pretty accurate. I have at least a little bit less hair. I'm bald. Man. Supposed to be you? Well, you are a cat, so that makes sense, actually. Wait, I should become a cat. No, that's a stupid idea. I should become a dwarf. How many times do I have to remind you you're not a cat at all? About 3 trillion times. You just meowed. You're a cat. What am I supposed to say? Guys, what if I was Jeff Bezos of the Amazon Corporation? Would you guys still support me? Would you guys still support my hyperfixation? Goink is like Mark Zuckerberg if she wasn't Mark Zuckerberg at all. I think you might be onto something. Oh wait, I gotta update the counter before I forget. Guys, 5 whole chunk. Let's go. 5. Alright, but yeah, that's enough for me tonight. I should give myself 1 trillion Twitch primes. Momo the 5. I guess that makes sense considering how cranky I am. Okay, good night, guys. I'll be back tomorrow for more mining. I'll see you guys then around the same time. Good.